Hi there, my name is Jim Turner, and today I'm going to be doing a powder shake. Now, I haven't seen any Veromite cycle for about 3 months, probably a little longer than that. But uh, so because of the drone season, that's typically when we start to see the cycle begin again, because the Veromites um, they're able to gestate longer in the cells, and that's their favorite place to reproduce. And so I did see about a dozen or so in my panel pool last night. So it's time to start the shaking all over again. Okay, hello girls. I think I'm gonna put a veil on. They're at the top. Hopefully they're building out that super, because they just weren't doing it. I even gave it a wax. I even gave it a thin coating wax. Leaps in my way, and they still haven't started that. The frames on the super here. Well, they might have now. It's been about a week. Well, hi girls. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to find your way home. So, what I'm gonna do here. Yeah. Well, it looks like they might be. Looks like they might be. Oh, there's my nickel. Yeah, that's my gap to give them, to allow some airflow. I'm gonna take those out. I'll be 20 cents richer. Keep sticking to my hands. Okay, so I have my powdered sugar here. I got my brush. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly. This is what I think is at least part of the key. I'm going to take a peek here, see if they're building out that comb. So part of the key is lost track of thought. So what I want to do is I just want to create. I don't want this powder to go right on down. So the Veromite infection was on this side, and so must be where she laid her eggs. And so what I want to do is just for a while, just keep that smoke going down in the whole hive, but mostly on this side, but only slightly so, because those Veromites are going to be going all over the place. All over the place. Now, typically what I would do is just dump it on there, but because I want a prolonged smoking process. I mean, I want it to go on for a while. I just want that smoke to just keep going down there, keep going down there. I'll probably end up dumping some, but what I want is this. This is what I want right here. This smoky environment going on slowly on down, like a misty smoke. Just keep it going on down there. I prefer it on the frames, on the top of the frames first, because when I just dump it on there, it just gets down in there on my observational panel and just kind of bypasses what I'm trying to achieve. And so by just having this light smoke, then this is going to get on their wings. It's going to get on their wings down in there, kind of get stuck, and they're just going to start cleaning each other. And so the longer that goes on, the better. So I seen a bumblebee the other day buzzing the heck out of this hive. She was the big one. She was a mama. Yeah, the foragers, those are the small ones, and the big ones. Well, I might have to do some more investigation on that. You do your own. And so that big one, she was buzzing the heck out of this hive, and so I thought, and that's the first time I've ever seen a bumblebee buzz my hive that long. And she was trying to get in. So I went to my vermiculture bin. Yes, the next day I was checking on my vermiculture. It's I make what's called worm castings, and I use red wriggler worms to make the casting. And I open up the bin, and I'll be doggone if that's where the nest was. The nest is in my vermiculture bin. I open it up, and all these bumblebees come flying out and buzzing me like, "Hey, what you doing opening up our roof?" Yeah, it's about 20 feet away. Yeah, it's pretty close to the hive too. My vermiculture bin, pretty close to the hive. And so they were buzzing me. So I went and fed some of my worms today, and yeah, I had to disturb the bumblebees again. And so I'm probably going to dump a little bit, but what I wanted to do was just start with. I just wanted to start with just creating that smoky environment. So I'm gonna put you on pause here. I'm gonna go get something. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here now is I'm just gonna go ahead and start shaking this screen here. Go keep on. Smoky Mountain ranges keep on. So I'll just keep doing this for a while. Just let that slowly work down on top of those girls and those guys. The guys are the big problem as far as varroa mites goes. Yeah, they're what that's what the varroa mites are looking for the most, is the drone cells. And so they're gonna, anytime you get that increase of drone activity, anytime the queen increases that drone laying, you're going to get that increase of varroa mite count. It's just the way it works. Oh, these girls are up. Well, there's a lot of them up there. Yeah, so they are building out these frames finally. Well, there's quite a few of them. So they're finally filling out this super frames here. Looks like they're mostly clustered in these 5 frames. So what they're doing, what I experienced my girls, what they're doing is they like to work at one section at a time. You know, I'm gonna work at this one right here until this one's all done, and that's all I'm gonna do. Kind of looks like it snowed up here. And then I'll just start sprinkling it on down, and just kind of let it go. Yep. So I'll probably just leave those bumblebees be. You know, just let them be. This hive is so healthy for the time being. Now, if I can't get these varroa mites under control, yeah, this hive can be gone in a couple months. Couple months, history. all done. So by doing this and having my system on the bottom, so I have that varroa mite system set up, but it's not just, I discovered it serves a lot more purposes than just for varroa mites. So my system that I have with the screen board bottom screen board is um, so when these varroa mites are crawling around here, they just inadvertently fall off. I mean, they're crawling around trying to get on their next victim, and they inadvertently fall off, and then they fall through that 8-inch hardware cloth, and they can't get back in. So typically what they would do, they fall on the bottom of the inside board on the inside, and they just climb on the next bee coming around. But because they fall through that screen, what I'm able to do is control the level of the infection. Just automatically. It's just once a varroa mite gets knocked off, or one of the bees grooming the other one, and it gets knocked off instead of climbing on the next bee, that varroa mite gets taken out of action, and it's history, just like I like it, history. And so, all right, I created a pretty good enough duration of smoke going down there. I imagine those girls coming out in the front probably look white. And so, yeah, just keep it going, as long as possible. Yeah, there's all kinds of girls right here. They're all, I don't know if I can't get it up. So this is all packed with girls working on the comb, working on the super frames, trying to get them all full of honey and stuff. So the girls that go out and get the food, they come back in, and they give it to the nursing bees, or the inner working girls. It's a relay system, and they just pass it on. And then these girls here come up and put it, all these white girls coming out. And these girls here, they take it and they put it in the frames. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right. I got powder all over the place. That's okay. What the heck was that? Some sort of critter running around. What is that running around up here? Oh, it's bees. Oh, earwigs. Yeah, that's the problem with putting those coins in there. The earwigs, and oh, there's another one of those gnat hive beetles. Okay. Well, if that's the only one there is, that's pretty good. Better than the thousands that I saw. So those nickels allowed the earwigs to get in. So this is going to be sealed now. No more coins in the corners. You don't want earwigs in there. You don't want spiders in there, or the gnat hive beetles. I mean, don't put the things in the corners. Otherwise, you're going to have that. I just saw like 4 earwigs, and who knows how many ran this way and that way I didn't see, that were in there, and the bees were fighting them. And that increases the stress level in the inside. So for me, it's about keeping everything that doesn't belong in the hive. If it's not a bee, as far as a critter goes, if it's not a bee, I don't want it in there, because that can create a toxic environment over time, stressful, and then they can actually you can end up with an aggressive hive instead of this docile one that I have. And the new hive that I caught, the swarm over here, those are also very docile. They're very parallel to these bees here as far as docility. Docility? Is that a word? As far as being docile goes. And so, yeah, they're both the same. Very, very gentle. Good to go. All right, that's kind of my day today. I put a new panel in the front this morning, so that with some vegetable oil this time. So I've got some vegetable oil, and any mites that drop down on that will get stuck. Now, if I was to not put anything tacky on there, it's feasible that they can crawl back up and reinfect, and climb on another bee. So it's good to have something on there that doesn't give off any odor, because any odor inside the hive can disrupt the queen's pheromones. So I try to use things, if I'm going to use something, I try to use odorless. Now, when you use thermite, thorium, explosive. So when you use that thyme oil or something like that, there's a Apiguard that's a thyme oil product, and that's actually helps to bring down the varroa mite count, but it leaves an odor. So I'm only going to use something out of desperation. I said, I've tried to sugar shake for so and so and so and so every 4 days, and I don't have my mite under control. Shoot, then I have to readjust the. I think the ground moved. I'm no longer that way. So I like to keep it about 1 degrees. So any moisture or anything, I like to keep my hive about 1 degrees. So any moisture that might build up, instead of staying there and rotting the wood or something, it'll roll out the front. It looks like I've had some ground settling or something. It's hard to tell. I might be on unlevel ground. So that's kind of it for that. The other hive is doing really well, the swarmed in hive, and there's no bees inspecting any of my baited nukes. 0 bees. I had 2 separate occasions where I had lots of bees investigating all my baited nukes all at the same time. Now 0. So, but I'm ready for them, and I'm glad to see that they're up here filling out the super. Because if I had not put the super on there, and they had finished the last frame, because they did. I noticed last night that they had finished filling out the very last available frame on this top brood box. And if I didn't have this super up here when they did that, or even slightly before, they could have swarmed out. Oh, we're out of space. All right, time to separate. Lose half my hive. So I'll be keeping an eye on my super, and what I'll probably do, once they get this full of honey, I'll probably freeze the honey, or put it in this hive over here so that they feel like they've got plenty of food, or just do some splits with it. It's good to have some honey on hand, in my opinion. So when I'm going to do a split, I want to be able to grab some honey. I can take it right out of the freezer, leave it set in a frame, somewhere overnight, somewhere, and then I can just give it to them. And so if I can have some frozen honey in the freezer going into the wintertime, I have food that I can feed them without me giving them mountain sugar. I can feed my bees through the winter. Go, okay, how much you got left? Do you need something? I go in the freezer, let it thaw out, overnight, and then give it to them for breakfast. And that's it. So that's my day today. And please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. To me, it's like leaving me a tip. When you subscribe, to me, it's the same as a tip. The only difference is it doesn't actually cost you anything monetary. Just a moment in time, right? And so that's it. All right, you have a good day. Bye now.